guess why don't we begin? Ah, Kim, nice to see you. All
Hello.
right, so why don't we officially begin this meeting at 7:05, I see. All right, good. Good to see everyone. So I guess we'll talk next month. We should be live and in person unless something changes, right? If we hear otherwise. Is that right, Jim? Is it officially?
Governor's executive order expires on May 1st. So yes, after May, you have to be in person.
Right,
Right.
unless for
Extend that, yeah.
some reason something changes and it's reinstated, but it doesn't look like it's moving in that direction. Okay. Well, that'll be exciting to all meet in person. It's been a while. So we're calling the meeting to order. Any public comments, Jim?
No public comments came in. Nope.
Okay. So why don't we go through the minutes? So these are the minutes from February. I guess before we have any discussion, do we have a motion to pass the minutes? We need a motion and then a
Motion.
second.
I'll give a motion.
And, oh, wait, were you at that meeting, Jane?
No, I wasn't, so I can't. Actually.
You can't. But
Or
everyone else
was
who's
yes,
here,
I was here in February. I think I was here.
I don't see that your
Jane,
name.
I think you were in Italy.
Oh,
Yeah,
in
you were
Fe-
in Italy,
okay. I
yeah.
was. You're right, Mary. I was away.
That was a nice reason to not be here.
Yes,
So
I'm
do I have a
learning to
motion?
be a grandmother.
Very nice, very nice. For those who were here, I don't know if people had a chance to look over the minutes. Do we have a motion to pass the minutes?
I motion first.
First, and do we have a second?
I second.
Okay, Kim. And any discussion? There's nothing that called out to me that it all looked great to me. Did anyone see anything?
No, I didn't see anything.
Okay. Okay. So all in favor of passing these lovely minutes that Mr. Franco wrote up for us, please
Aye.
say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Jane, you have to
Aye.
abstain. Aye. Okay,
Aye.
we have been said aye. Okay. The ayes have it. Okay, wonderful. So that let's turn the table to David for our liaison report. Take it away, David.
Thank you. Well, I know that you've all been watching the board meetings because they're must-see TV on the government channel. So I'll just skim through what we've done. At our last meeting, we did talk about the Woodbridge Center renovation that's underway for the senior center. The new things are going to be down there, and also about the air handling that's now with COVID. Our project has had to get a lot bigger because the original plan was for sort of air conditioner units and windows, and now that really doesn't meet standards necessary for the air circulation. So that plan is moving forward, and we hope to have that done reasonably soon. We also talked about something you may be interested in, the Regional Water Authority and the dog park. There's been a proposal there and it's been accepted to put a water line to the dog park, which would be fresh potable water. And there's going to be some way for it to be locked up so it doesn't, so that it doesn't get vandalized, but it'll be a plastic water line that comes across the road and feeds the dog park area for either walkers and joggers who want to fill their bottles with water, or for the dogs, of course. And third item of importance, the Eversource is once again going to be cutting trees on the right of way underneath those high tension power lines that run south to north or north to south through our town. And that's a pretty big project. And the board met with representatives from Eversource and were pretty adamant about making sure that better communication goes out to all the residents who are affected this time, because last time there was something that approached clear cutting that was shocking to the people whose land were affected. But this is all along the right of way, and in order to protect the grid, they cut all the trees and things that can. There's a big plan about it. So some big trees, some do have to come down, and they will be marking them and contacting homeowners accordingly. We hope it goes better this time. We got a report from the 2030 ad hoc committee, and that was from a consultant group talking about things that maybe done down in the village area, down in the flats to improve the business district, and that was one of the ongoing pieces for their committee, and we heard a lot about that, and we're really excited about the prospect of some more commercial development in our town. Hopefully this will be the start of that. I guess the other big news, we did a lot of appointments of blank, where we had vacancies in various commissions. You guys weren't affected by any of that. We are working on a strategic plan for the board, and that is to go along with our financial planning. So that plan is being reviewed and will be part of the discussion at the town meeting that will be coming up. So you'll see more of that on May 16th when we have our town meeting. The final thing was a grant that we received from for the old firehouse to turn it into a community center. We received a $2.1 million grant from the state, and the governor did come to town, and there was a press conference where the governor and various elected representatives came to speak to the town about this project finally moving forward on the old firehouse being renovated. So hopefully that's going to happen soon, and without any additional tax dollars from us to the town. Of course, it's our money that we've already paid to the state, but it's nice to see them throw in and help us with that project. That's pretty much it. Any questions?
No, I have just one thing to say. In the governor's office, a resident who was a resident of the town of Woodbridge, Ben Arsenal, he works with the governor up there, and he put a lot of positive attitude towards that $2.1 million and was on our side the whole way. I just like to give him kudos to him for helping us out.
We were lucky to have him.
Andrea, you're on mute again.
Gosh, out of respect, I turned myself off, and then it's like, no, what I was mouthing, maybe you could read my mouth, my lips, that it'll be really nice to see that old firehouse project moving along, because that's been something that we hope to be very involved in creating the spaces, and there are plans. So it's good to hear that things are moving forward. Hard to tell what the time frame is for that, right? You don't have any sense of that, do you, David? You're muted now, I think.
Yeah, right. Nothing concrete yet on the construction timeline, but you're right. We do have spaces planned, and we've had those presentations at the board before, so we kind of know what's programmed, and we know what we can do there. It's mainly it's a community center, so it's not going to be dedicated to storage or anything like that. It'll be for meeting rooms, public meetings, things like Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, various kinds of
Fitness center.
service. Yeah.
So at one point,
Yeah.
sorry. No, at one point I know there was thought that there would still be the antique fire truck was going to be stored there. So when you say no storage, does that really mean no storage?
Right. The antique fire truck has to go. That's part of the state, not go, it'll go over into storage, but it won't be in that building.
Wow. So that
Right.
opens up a lot of space.
Right. And that was part of the, the state requirement. There's certain state requirements that come with it, but they aren't, they don't really change any of the function of that particular storage piece.
Okay. That's interesting.
There was some discussion there, and this may be something that the Recreation Committee wants to think about. There was some discussion about, with the community center, there'll be some programming that goes on. And there was a little bit of discussion on the board, at the board level, about how occasionally various commissions or various groups get involved in overlapping, doing same things. For example, I think the example was yoga, where their library was running a yoga program. The recreation is running a yoga program. Somebody else is running, there were 2 or 3 different sort of places where yoga could be had from different groups.
Yes.
And, the idea of sort of getting people together so that, for a town resident, you don't care who's running the program as long as there is one, but it probably doesn't make a lot of sense for us to have overlap. So we're going to we were thinking about how we might help with that kind of streamlining so that we end up with, everybody taking care of their own sort of area without duplication of effort.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were first. We had Diane King has been teaching her before I came along. Then right when I came along, Bill Bannock started. So I know, our program was, I believe, here the longest before they started doing their program.
And if,
Yoga.
why would the library be doing yoga as it's a recreational event? I don't understand how it fits
I
into
don't
their thing program.
I'm just wondering, maybe
I'm
is it
just
the
asking.
library?
I'm just
I know
asking.
the senior. Yeah. I was just curious about that, John. Also, I know the senior center has some yoga, but I'm curious if the library does, or maybe that's not so.
Well,
That's senior yoga. It's senior
The
yoga.
senior
It
center
doesn't,
yoga,
has not, and it's mostly the people that belong to the senior center. They offer a program there, and that's okay because they offer a program directly to their members, which is fine. I think is fine. But he is right. You don't want to duplicate programs, and we just have to sit down and talk it out.
Yeah. It's pretty simple, but I think hopefully having a community center space will help some of that, because people will know when and where things are being programmed a little bit better.
Yeah, though the senior center is going to have a major renovation, so I could only imagine that the seniors would love to do their yoga in that new, spiffied up environment, but maybe not. I don't know.
Well,
But-
who knows what again, these plans for construction are always
But
crazy.
it's certainly good to have these discussions and interdepartmental collaborations and figure out what makes sense. Yeah, okay, that's interesting. Also, I just have one other question. The water that's coming to the dog park, which is great, I believe, is that something? Who's paying for that? Is that the dog park membership that pays for that, or is it the town?
Now, as I understood it, the Regional Water Authority is running the line without any cost to the town. And there'll be a meter on it, on the water usage, and that'll be, a town. The water itself will be paid like it is for other town buildings.
Oh, terrific.
Facilities.
So it's really community water. It's not just, one or the other. Oh, that's terrific. Okay.
David, and the line is coming from the other side of the road?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. I'm not sure what it comes off, but there is that line that feeds the school and the town center, and it has to come across. But it's just a I guess it's a plastic water line. It's not a it's somehow pretty easy to get through.
Is it going to be a fountain? What kind of water is it?
They showed us sort of a standpipe thing with a kind of a,
Little spigot kind of.
yeah, it has some, protection against freezing and so forth in a way that it can be secured and a lot of different, it's something that they've used at other towns.
Huh.
And so the water authority was willing to put the line in because they will benefit from the selling the water.
The reason I ask, and I wish Dwight was here to hear this, because he and I talked about last year getting water to Acorn Hill baseball field, and there's no water there, so I didn't know how difficult it would be to get it there too.
Yeah, that one might be more difficult because it's so much. I don't know what water lines feed that.
Right.
This comes off of the public water, the
Town
Main.
line, yeah.
city water line that runs and serves the school area. So
Okay.
I don't know if we have anything in the Acorn Hill area, but I haven't researched that. So
Thank you.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Any other questions for David, or shall we move on? Okay. Thanks. Thanks so much. Yeah. All right. So in terms of my report, I guess the first thing I want to just address is that we didn't hold our meeting last time, and that was due to a sad loss. Want to give our condolences to John, whose mom lived a very beautifully long life, but it's never long enough. But it was the day that she was being laid to rest, and so many condolences to you, John, and to your family on the passing of your mom. Just wanted to say
Thank you
that.
very much.
And I do know that there's, that there was an email that went out, and that I know contributions are being accepted. A scholarship was started in your mom's name at the high school, who was very interested in education, and that's a beautiful legacy that continues on in her memory. So, yeah. I think that I was at the preliminary budget meeting, the town preliminary budget meeting, and I'm very pleased to say that no one questioned anything about the rec budget, which just goes to, there weren't a lot of questions, but there were some. But John, I know you've worked very hard to keep the budget in line and make cuts where you can make cuts, and that shows over and over again, while still providing really important service to our community through some very challenging times that we've had. So, you continue to provide ways to keep us healthy. The whole team, when I say you, like Jim and everybody on board in the rec department. So, so that was nice that no one questioned the budget as well. When I also wanted to mention that I know over the years I keep saying, bringing to the attention the importance of fixing the gazebo and the falling wood over the clock in Center School. And I'm happy to report that, lo and behold, the clock is working and the wood is no longer hanging and rotting. So that had been repaired. I've not been over the gazebo, so I'm not sure if any work's been done there yet. And I know, there has to be funding to do that, but I was very pleased to see that. So I know, David, you've continued to bring it to the attention, as Mika had before, and it's nice to see that has moved forward. So we can now know what time it is in the center of town. So that's great. I appreciate it's really nice to see movement on these sorts of things. That it seems little, but it's like, it needs to be fixed. So that was great.
Well, the center school project is going to be a much larger one because there's so many things over there that need to be addressed, and that's an ongoing project. Like all of our buildings, we're responsible at the town for keeping up all of the facilities that we
Yes.
do own, which You know, that's one of the expenses that we run into, and the renovation of the firehouse won't be any different. We'll renovate it, but then we will have to maintain it,
Maintain.
put up,
Yeah, sure.
and stay after
Sure.
it. It'll be, just be another, just like at your home, you've got to keep after things, otherwise.
I was going to say that all of us who are homeowners, we know that you can't, if you let it go, it's, it's
Deferred
the
maintenance is never a good idea. It never works out in the long run. So
Yeah.
we understand that, and it's one of the things you have to accept with the growing of the town.
Sure, sure. Makes sense. Now I know also the other thing I imagine, I don't see it specifically on the agenda. I guess programs, it will be that. We'll talk about the biking event on May 14th. It was nice to bike over to the center of town for that community tag sale with anyone. As I said, I ran into Mary. It was a really wonderful way to kind of celebrate spring and just have this sort of community tag swap and everything. So that was really neat. But it reminded me that it was nice to be on the bike path. There is the bike event on May 14th, and I know that we have a little something to do there, and just wanted to make sure, I guess we'll be meeting after that event occurs, that Jim or whoever's involved in this should let us know this evening if you need assistance. And as many of us who can be there, it would be great. I am planning to be there with on bike. So please let us know how we can be supportive to this. That's really all I have to say. Thank you for continuing the great work and keeping things going. And I'm eager to hear a pool report as well, how we're doing with our pool, but that'll come during the meeting. So let me turn the table to our vice chair, to Smith, who's maybe going to highlight some cool program that's happening. So take it away, Smith.
I just wanted to touch on two different things that I've been working on. Number one, I got a call from Beth, and I talked to John about this, but I got a call from Beth Heller a couple days ago, and she asked me if I wanted to be a commission rep on the what's going to happen with the firehouse in terms of recreation. So I accepted her invitation to be part of the committee, and I don't know who's on it. I don't know when we're going to meet. But she did bring up the possibility of moving the fitness room over there. And in my brief conversation with her, and I went over to the fitness room. I'd only been over there once before, but I kind of walked around the fitness room the other day by myself, and then went to the firehouse. I'd never been in there before either, and kind of looked through the windows and just to sort of see. But I think that our first meeting is going to be a tour of the firehouse. I don't know when it's going to be, and I will keep you up to date. And so I have accepted her invitation to be part of that subcommittee.
Thank you. Great.
That's the first thing. And the second thing is on June 11th, for those commissioners who don't know, we are having our kids triathlon, which is the second year we're going to have it. We had it 4 years ago, 2019, Jim, I think. And then obviously we haven't had it for the last couple of years. Last time we had about 80 participants, and I know we have about 15 or so that have signed up. It's on a Saturday morning, and I'd love to have any of the commissioners come. We had a really good day a couple years ago, and we'd love to have anybody come and help out. It's kindergarten to 6th grade, and it's at Beecher Road School. Starts on the south side in the pool, and goes from the pool. They bike back and forth from north to south, and then they go ride their bikes around the back of the track on the north side, and then run around the track, and we finish up by the basketball court at Beecher. So we're looking forward to crossing our fingers, hoping that we have a sunny day. Thank you to Kathy. Kathy has done a lot of work getting sponsors, not only for the summer concerts, but she has passed along a couple of sponsorships to the Kids Triathlon. And we have $2,500 from two, to make sure that I have this right, Jim, $2,500 from two different sponsors that there's going to be co-sponsors of the triathlon and of the summer concerts. Is that right, Jim?
Well, it's $12.50 each from the Surf Pro and Amy Physical Therapy gave $12.50 each for your event, and then they're also doing the road race, the summer concerts. That's Holly Shambrum, Paul LeBanker, but
Okay.
Surf Pro and Amy Physical Therapy, $12.50 each for your triathlon, and then $12.50 they did each for the road race.
Okay. So I'm sorry that I had that mistaken, but we're excited to get that money, and then we're going to put that to good use to improve the event. So that is on June 11th, and we'd love to have anybody come that wants to help out. So that's it.
Do you need us to commit at this point, or our next meeting we'll be talking about it, or? What?
Next meeting we can talk about it. That's fine. Just I want to put it on people's radar if they can come. It's a Saturday morning, it'll be about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, wonderful. And it was a wonderful event.
And let's hope for another nice day like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's get those non-slip mats out.
Yeah.
John, we had quite a chain of people making sure kids didn't slip as they were coming out of the pool.
And I forgot to say this today, but the event is in honor of Logan Testa. And I did talk to Paul the other day, his dad, and he is on board with anything that we want to do. We are collecting Legos again from participants. And John has said that the recreation department will match any of the Lego kits as part of the collection and donate them to children's hospitals in the area through a charity that the Testa family has set up.
Wonderful.
So thank you, Jim. Thank you, John and John, for helping organize the event so far. That's it.
Wonderful. Thank you, Smith. Okay. Let's get the pool report from Teresa.
Hello, everyone. So we are doing Saturday swim lessons. We did have a little bit of a late start because when we did find out the pool was going to remain open until our normal shutdown. So we are going to be able to fit in 8 lessons. Of course, fitting in the dates of when the triathlon is, and also when we have other dates such as the day that we're having an event in Woodbridge, and I forget, we're having 3 holidays, but we already had one because of April vacation. So all of our levels are full. We are trying to accommodate as many people as possible and take as many people as possible off that wait list. And of course, we're starting to get ready for the summertime and making sure that we have appropriate staff for that also.
Great. And the way that leak that we had talked about a couple months back, that's going okay. We don't have to close the pool additional time. Is that right? Are there any changes in that?
It's going to be evaluated during our normal schedule shutdown.
Great. Okay. Okay. How many people do you have on the wait list, would you say?
I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but I am accommodating as many as possible.
Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you, Teresa. Any other questions for Teresa?
Just remember, with swimming, it's based on ability. So, again, it's not age, it's ability. So, again, we're trying to fit as many as we can in the level and also keeping our ratio. So, I know some people may get frustrated us having a wait list, but again, ability is key. So I know the numbers sometimes are hard, but Jim and I and John DeMeo, we have been working on it. We actually, as of last week, took 3 people off the waiting list too. So like I said, we are actively, getting people off of it. But again, we have to remember, swimming's a little bit different. It's based on ability.
Sure thing. And it's great that you keep those ratios low. That's a really nice, thoughtful programming. Thank you, Teresa. Any other questions for Teresa? Oh, and I see Chris is here too. Moving forward. Okay. Let's go to personnel. We've got two people, right, in our packet. We have Ty Tafudo, right, as a sports leader, and we have James Lohman as a lifeguard. And they've passed their background check. They'll be earning $13 an hour. And do we have a motion to approve these personnel additions?
Approve it.
Okay, Smith.
I do.
And Jane, you second it?
Yes.
Okay, all in favor? Or any discussion? All in favor? Okay. Bill, are you
I'm in.
voting? You're
Aye.
in. All right.
Aye.
Okay. Okay. All right. The ayes have it. Okay, and then we come to our illustrious director. John, take it away, please. Your report.
Here's Johnny.
Here's John.
The fitness center is going fine. There's no problems, anything in there with that. Outdoor facilities are running smoothly. Pickleball up the upper courts, tennis on the lower courts, and tennis on the upper courts as well. Programs are running very well. Gymnastics on Saturday and the programs during the week are very well maintained. And coming up is our financial report, and I believe we've now come even again, like we always do every year when we come around from the summer. We spend most of our money in June and July towards the end there, and then we come around. So we're 1.3% under. We should be at 75% or something, and we're at 74. So we evened out on our financial programs. I also put into your program, I would like everybody to look at an emergency program, emergency plan. It's in your packet. We don't have to vote on it tonight, but I would like everyone to really go over and take a good look at it. It's a Woodbridge Recreation Emergency Action Form for the Woodbridge Recreation Department. And if you just go through it, it's just a packet that shows that we're in the direction of being prepared for any emergency actions that have to be covered through a recreational department. And that's what we did. And I did not reinvent the wheel. There was a lot of it. I worked together, all different kinds of programs from all different kinds of recreation departments and schools, our own school included, with Dr. Budd helping me. And everything's there. So I'd like everyone to just take a good look at that, and then we can vote on or do something next month. So
Okay.
that's
Mary?
that.
Oh, thanks, John. Mary?
John, I did read it. I thought it was very nicely put together. I did have one comment. Should we add a table of contents since it's 44 pages?
Jim, do we have money in our budget to put a table of contents? Yeah, yes. Right.
It was just, I mean, I read through the whole thing and I'm like, okay, now I'm going back and forth a bit here, so I was thinking,
All
I
right,
wondered.
so I'll put a table of contents together and have it ready for the next meeting.
Yeah, it was just an idea, because if you're whipping through it to find a certain item.
You know what page to go to. I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
Thank
Great
you.
idea. Excellent.
Good. That's a good suggestion.
Yeah. Any other comments at this point about the very thorough, dense report? Or we'll save it till next.
On page 14, it lists my name, John DeMeos. I think it maybe to just list the job title, like office manager, office clerk, because you don't know.
Oh yeah, who's going to be in that position?
Who's good? Yeah, you never know what'll happen.
Some people might be retiring, 278 days. So
So I say that.
just thought I'd mention that.
Mr.
No,
Adamowicz, you
don't do it.
said that you were retiring since I was 5.
Oh, I'm not retiring. I still have my hair. Those guys that
I
don't
know.
have hair, they have to retire.
Oh.
And that's your brother.
Because he's been bald since he was 5 also.
Yeah, but maybe I'm hoping that everyone's got to do what they've got to do, but that probably is a good idea
Yeah, a
to,
generic title
Yeah.
in there so that we know that's where somebody goes in. Good.
because in the year 3000, we're going to be, wow, Jim Franco and John DeMeo are still like
Alive.
that's great, which I'm sure they will be, but yeah. Good idea, though. Any other immediate comments on the emergency plan? Okay, so we'll comb through that and we'll plan to vote next time and really digest it all. Excellent. Okay.
Possible ice skating rink locations, trying to find a different ice skating location than what we had. You know, it should be secure. There are, you know, over where the country club is, they have we have outdoor volleyball, you know, but we do have the other two courts that are fenced in, and that could be held and put together. And if we use something like that over there, because we do have parking and everything, we can also leave it up. We can leave the frame up. We don't have to keep taking the frame up and down and up and down, and just take the tarp, roll it up, and put it away. And there is a little shack building right there that we could store it in, and that seems like a good place. But there might be other places. I was over at the dog park, you know, and that little tiny dog park was an excellent spot like this. But that's for the dogs, so that might be out. But if you go over to the Fitzgerald property. Not the Fitzgerald property, the Alleghi property. Along the side of the beginning of the Alleghi property, there's a beautiful spot that we're going to put the dog park in. Small, it's big enough for a skating rink. My only concern is that we have no way to defend it from anybody ruining it, and that's what happened in Orange. Kids came late at night, would go in and poke holes in it, and it only takes one hole to ruin it. So, but
Yeah.
we've had no damages done at the courts that we have, even though we were open 14 days. We have 14 days of skating, and we had no damage whatsoever of people coming in and you know, ripping the tarp or anything like that. That's the most expensive part of it, is the tarp. You know, they're about $1,000 or $2,000 for a tarp. But that's all, just something that people can think about. If you think of a spot that we could put it in, you know, I know Billy DeRosa's backyard is very big.
That's very generous of you, Billy, to offer your backyard.
You can use my playroom if you want an indoor rink.
And that's it. And then we have just no other things, and that our programs are running well. And then summer camp is going along good. We're doing registration now. We're over 200 already pre-registered for the summer
That's
camp,
incredible.
which is a good number. And for the spring programs, we're about 230 on just the programs, and then another 30 something for the swimming. So we've done about 31% of the Beach Road School 850 children come to camp, come to recreation or come to camp. So we're doing very well. We're coming back well off the pandemic, and hope to
That's
get better.
great. And historically, people didn't sign up this early for camp, did they?
Well, because last year we were limited, people were worried they're gonna get cut out, but this year we lifted the limitation. So yeah, but a lot of people are saying, oh, we missed it last year, and we wanted to make sure, and you know, now we're taking the numbers we're taking, so.
Yeah, so
Great.
it's working out good.
Good. Okay. And John, I know this is something we talked about, that we're not running the special needs camp this summer because there were still concerns in
Right,
terms
there's
of
still concerns and
safety.
restrictions on areas of space. We haven't had a meeting yet with the superintendent. We sent him a message today asking to when he's out till Wednesday. So when he comes back, we'll set up a schedule to see what parts of Beach Road School we can have. That's
Okay.
up to them like this, but a lot of it is because it's indoor and it's very tight quarters. But we definitely, if we don't go this year and things work out, we are definitely opening up next year. Definitely.
Okay. Okay.
It's a good
Great.
program.
Yeah. Yeah. It was really good. Good. And yeah. And I was wondering, was there contact with the group of people who were really instrumental in that? I didn't know if anyone had reached out about that camp.
Yeah, we called, we left a message explaining
Yeah.
exactly what was going on, but I'll do a recall just in case, you know, to back it up just so that, you
Yeah.
know, that in case you didn't get the first message, you never know the answer
Yeah.
machines.
Yeah.
I'd rather talk to
This
the
is
person
fun.
personally. Yeah. I'll give
Yeah.
her a call.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Remember,
so
opening
how-
day is April 30th, going back to programs.
That's right. Opening day for
What's that?
the Woodbridge Fathers Baseball League.
Oh, yes,
April
yes, yeah.
30th.
It's 50
And that
50 years, right?
that's this Saturday.
Yes.
The easiest way to remember about April 30th being the opening is that 2 days before is the recreation director's birthday and 1 day before is his son's birthday. Just letting you know, 2X is perfect for me. John Michael's probably a 1X, but I'm a 2X. Just in case, I like blue and red colors.
Happy birthday, almost.
Almost. And I'll be switching over. I'll be switching over to the next level of life.
John, are you coming
How much is
Saturday?
it? A dog's year is what? 1 year equals?
7, I think.
Yeah, well, there I am. I'm going into the 70s.
Wow. Wow. Congratulations.
But I don't look a day over 96.
John, are you coming Saturday?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll be the second.
I'm so sorry. I'll actually be out of town, so I'm not going to be there for this celebration. It's a big one. Yeah, it's hopefully the weather will be great and there will be an amazing turnout. I'm sure there will be. There's always a great turnout, so this year is even more special in some sense.
And they haven't had an opening ceremony in 3 years.
Yeah, so this is going to be really special. Is someone going to record it? Is this going to be something that the town is going to have?
I don't know the answer. My guess would be no, but I don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Or if the Beth would, probably not. Yeah. You have to be there and enjoy it. So
Yeah.
hopefully some of you will be there and I can hear all about it. Okay. Any other questions for John on his report? Other than wishing him a very happy birthday almost. All right. Policies and procedures. There was, well, other than the huge emergency plan, there's nothing else, right? Did I miss anything?
Well, correspondence, we have John's thank you letter to Dwight, and then we have the JCC softball field request.
Yes.
Those are
So,
anything that's remaining.
right. So, a letter to Dwight from the one and only John Adamovich, thanking Beth Wood for the donation of $3,000 to the improvement of the ball fields, which is wonderful. We appreciate their ongoing support in that relationship. And then where was the JCC? Right,
Ran back
right.
to
They were
that.
a little bit late in getting the request in, right?
Yes.
It's is there any issue with that?
No conflict. There was no conflict in that one.
Do we need to vote on that, or did we vote last meeting, anticipating that it was going to come in?
Well, we didn't vote last meeting. I mean, if you want to make it official to vote it, it's,
So I can't seem to find the actual.
It's right behind the letter to John. Right behind the letter to Dwight. It's on the back side of it.
Oh, okay, right. You're right. I was looking for correspondence, not for the form, right? So we need a motion. Do we have a motion to approve the JCC running their which program? Softball?
Mhm.
Softball program, Sunday, April 3rd to August 28th for adults during that period at West River Field. Do we have a motion to approve that?
I so move.
Do we have a second?
Okay.
I will.
Oh, Jane beat you, Smith. All right. All in favor?
Mary and Jane.
No, you might go. Okay.
Aye.
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 Great.
Aye.
So moved.
Hey,
Any other correspondence or business that we missed? Does Rec need some assistance for the May 14th event? So it's a townwide biking event, right? And my recollection is that Rec is providing water and something else. I don't recall.
There's a bag that has a water bottle in it. We're finding bags and water bottle. I don't know.
Water bottles, no water.
Right. They're just,
Oh, excuse me, no water. That's the dog part. Okay.
Have someone hand
We
that
might-
out. I think we're gonna have cornhole, cornhole game, and I think badminton.
Badminton.
Oh, terrific. Okay, okay, that's right. It was an activity. Are you, is there any need for us to assist?
No, I
No.
don't think so at this
Okay.
point. I think we have plenty. Robert just ran him back you.
Yeah.
I know. He's very sly. Sorry about that.
No, we've got it covered because it's just handing out the bags. Like, if somebody
Okay.
would like to come, they're more than welcome to come, but it's no more than us just being there, showing our face and handing out the bags and smiling and all that stuff.
Yeah, but I would encourage anyone who wants to come out. It's going to be held right in the center of town.
Yes.
Do you have to? So near the library or gazebo. Is that where?
I thought
I'm
they're
actually
coming here
confused.
too. I thought that's why I said have no programming here because they are coming to Beecher. So
On the bikes, right?
yeah, right
Yeah.
on the bikes. Yeah. So,
Do you know where the biking starts? I guess there will be some sort of program that comes out so that we can find where this is happening. Do you have any of those particulars, Jim?
I could ask Betsy, yeah, about the route. I don't know the details of that. I'll make a note to ask Betsy what the route will be and where should we be with our bags and stuff. So
Yes, yes. Okay, sounds
And
good.
what time does it start?
yeah, I don't even know. Okay, I'll look into all those answers.
Great. Yeah, if you could send that out to us, that would be
Yeah.
great. I'm not sure how it's being advertised, if Betsy's sending out some kind of news blast or there'll have to be some advertising, right? How are people going to find out? Okay. All right. Anything else that we failed to discuss that should have been on this agenda? Boy, we're quick tonight. All right. It's still got a bit of light outside. This is incredible. A slight bit. All right. When is our next meeting scheduled?
May 23rd. I
May
think I'll have to be in person.
Right. So we're planning to hold it in the South Gym? I mean, not
South Assembly, right? South
Yeah.
Assembly.
Excuse me, South Assembly. It's been so long since I've been in the school, right? What's that room? The South Assembly. And what's the plan? We'll try to keep a little bit of distance, and those who wish to wear masks certainly are welcome to wear masks, right?
Right.
If
Yeah.
anyone feels more comfortable.
We can spread the tables out. I
Yeah.
mean,
A little bit of space just to, in case people don't feel 100% comfortable. If it's a warm summer night, it's conceivable we could sit outside. But it'll probably be inside, I imagine. Yeah. Okay. All
then-
right.
Jim, we do have a meeting in June, but is it August we don't have a meeting?
right. It's the August that wait a minute, July. It's July we don't have a meeting.
July we don't.
Right.
Okay.
No July meeting.
Okay. Right. Good to know. Okay. Good. Well, on that note, I think do we have a motion to
I'll
adjourn?
give a motion to adjourn.
Okay. Do we have a second?
I second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Right. Okay. So it is 7:53. We are adjourning this meeting. Thank you all so much for being here, and look forward to our paths crossing on bike or otherwise.
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
Here.
Good
Good night.
everyone. Good to see you all.